Over the past few days, a dramatic shift in U.S. economic policy has thrown the global market into uncertainty. President Donald Trump, now in his second term, has revived and intensified one of his signature moves: tariffs. From China to Europe, allies and adversaries alike are being hit with steep import taxes in what the president has called, quote, a new era of American independence. Hello, and welcome to Tenor. Today we're breaking down what Trump's sweeping new tariffs mean, why he's doing it, how the world is responding, and what could it mean for the global economy. What happened? On April 2nd, 2025, President Trump stood in the White House Rose Garden and declared, quote, Liberation Day. It wasn't just another campaign rally or press conference. It was the announcement of a bold economic doctrine. Here's the breakdown. A 10% universal tariffs on all imports to the U.S. starting April 5th. Additional tariffs on individual countries with trade surpluses including China plus 34%, Mexico plus 20%, and Germany and Japan plus 15%. Also, Trump threatened to increase tariffs to 50% on Chinese goods if they retaliate. Now, why is Trump doing this? Trump's reasoning is a mix of nationalism, economic strategy, and political legacy building. He argues that decades of, quote, unfair trade deals have hollowed out American manufacturing, allowed countries like China to dominate key industries, and have created dangerous supply chain dependencies, especially exposed during COVID. By making imported goods more expensive, Trump hopes to force companies to move manufacturing back to the U.S., create jobs in American factories, close the trade deficit, and reinforce economic self-reliance. It's a throwback to 2018, when he started the first trade war with China, but now the scale is global. What's the impact? The markets did not like it. The Dow Jones dropped 350 points on announcement day. Retailers and tech companies warned of rising costs. China, the EU, and Mexico announced of retaliatory tariffs. And economists predict that prices on consumer goods, especially electronics, cars, and groceries, will spike in the coming weeks. One industry executive says, quote, this will hit middle-class Americans the hardest, especially those already struggling with inflation. And that's just the short term. Longer-term consequences could include slower global economic growth, tensions between allies, supply chain disruptions, and a political economic Cold War with China. And finally, what comes next? China has until April 8th to remove its retaliatory tariffs or face Trump's threat of a plus 50% escalation. That deadline is ticking. Meanwhile, countries like Israel have agreed to drop their own tariffs, hoping to avoid conflict. Others, like the European Union, are pushing for negotiations. The question now is, are we on the verge of a full-scale trade war, or is this just hardball diplomacy? The world is watching, and the future of global trade may hang in the balance. For some, these tariffs signal a bold return to economic nationalism, and for others, it's a reckless gamble with global consequences. Either way, this moment marks a turning point. The cost of globalization is being recalculated, and whether you're a business owner, a consumer, or just someone trying to make sense of it all, one thing is clear: the rules are changing. Thanks for watching Tenor. If you found this video informative, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into global news, and let us know in the comments, do you support Trump's tariffs, or do you think that they'll hurt more than they'll help? Also, make sure to check out some of my other videos like China's invasion plans for Taiwan and the future for Ukraine. We'll see you next time.